Welcome to the best Lego sets to buy right now for April 2025. This is my monthly series where we have a look, as the name implies, the best sets, or at least the sets that you should be having a look at that are available right now, whether that's because they're the biggest and best new releases, whether they're currently or maybe about to go on sale, or maybe because they're retiring soon, or I just like them. There could be any number of reasons why a set makes it onto this list. So without further ado, let's have a look at my top 10 sets to buy right now, April 2025 edition. And before we do that, worth pointing out two things. One, this is very UK based, so if you're outside of the UK, any deals I mentioned might not be relevant to where you are. So obviously check your local pricing, and all those deals are subject to change as well. So again, check your local pricing. And of course, anything from the Lego store or from Amazon, they're both available through our affiliate links, which are available down in the description below. blockpartyuk.shop takes you straight through to our UK Lego store affiliate link, so you can shop there, support the channel. Doesn't cost you any more to do. Everyone's happy. And because, as you know, I am something of a Star Wars expert, we're kicking things off with one for the Trekkies, specifically the UCS The Razor Crest. This is set number 75331. It originally released back in 2022 and by my reckoning is due to retire at the end of this year. One of a couple of the big Star Wars sets that are due to retire at the end of this year, but this is the biggest one. Over 6,000 pieces and 72 centimeters long. It is very much a big boy. It's not currently on sale, but it is worth pointing out, of course, that with Lego Star Wars Day on the horizon, and in fact, looking on the Lego website, there is note of a promotion running from the 1st to the 5th of May. I don't know what the promotion is. If we click on this for a little bit more detail, I mean, obviously we've got the gifts with purchase, insiders deals, things like that, but they do mention there's special offers. I don't know if maybe there's going to be some Star Wars stuff going on sale. And although this series is called Best Lego Sets to Buy Right Now, I'm actually saying this is probably the one, if you are into Star Wars and you don't yet have it, to keep an eye on going into that Star Wars Day period, 1st of May to the 5th of May, because there's not going to be many more opportunities to pick this one up. Like I say, it does retire this year. And if they do put it on any kind of deal, we all saw what happened at the end of last year with the 8080 when that was retiring, and they put that on a sale back in October, November time, and it sold out like that. So if there's any possibility at all of this going the same way, and if it's going to happen to any of them, you would think it would be this one, with it being the biggest, most expensive one that is due to retire this year. It's just worth keeping an eye on, not just on the Lego website, but also everywhere else as well. Any of these shops could decide to cash in on the Lego Star Wars Day hype and want to clear their stock of a set that's going to be on its way by the end of the year. So keep an eye out for it. And it even comes with a little space moose as well, which, who doesn't want a space moose? Next up, we have the Lego Technic Ferrari Daytona SP3 car. It's a car model set for adults, apparently, according to the Smith's Toys website. And this one is just on a huge discount. RRP is $389.99. Smiths have currently got it down at $299.99. That is, what, a £90 discount, close to 25% off. That is quite the deal. And it's quite the deal on a big set, coming in close to 4,000 pieces. If you're a car guy, and I'm not a car guy, but if you're a car guy or girl, if you're a car person, it's certainly very snazzy looking. It has an 8-speed paddle shift gearbox that's apparently fully functional, which sounds awfully technical, even for a Technic set. Also has working suspension, steering, working doors. It's quite the thing for grown-up nerds to just be able to sit and have a little bit of a play with, I think. It's also been out for a while. It was released back in 2022. I don't think it's slated to retire this year, but you would expect it to be imminent, and being able to save that kind of money on it, I can't imagine there's going to be too many times where you're going to be able to get it for that kind of deal. So if you're looking for a big deep discount, that's probably the biggest discount in cash terms I've been able to find whilst researching this video. So that's worth bearing in mind. 'Tis a big bargain. And while we're on the theme of really, really enormous sets, why not have a look at the biggest modular Lego I've ever done, the Natural History Museum, which, as you can see, is currently on back order on the Lego website. If you buy it now, it's not going to be dispatching until the 28th of April. So currently suffering from a few stock issues on this one, presumably as a hangover from the recent double points event that did include all of the modulars. So I imagine they sold an absolute ton of them then. So it certainly would have been better to buy it then if you could have done. But the reason I'm highlighting this one, it's not on any particular deal now. It's not due to retire this year, but, and this is a big but, Lego tend to do a full double points event about once a quarter. The last one they did was back in February. We are heading into May. So I would expect at some point in the next month or so, a double points event that this may or may not be part of again. And you can see the last time they did one, it sold out and still isn't back in stock. So there's a very good likelihood that if they were to do a full double points session at some point in May, that this one probably sells out again. And it's certainly an ideal time to buy. It's a set that you don't see discounted very often at all. It's not available in many other places. I think it's one of those that's exclusive to Lego and One Ever, and I think One Ever is Smith's. It might be John Lewis, but I think it's Smith's on this one. It doesn't get discounted very often, so being able to pick it up when you get it on double points is effectively 10% cash back, and for a set that's already over £250, that's a decent saving. So I'm not saying go and buy this one immediately this evening. I mean, you literally can't, but keep an eye on it and have it in the back of your mind for if they drop another very short notice double points day, because like the last one they did, we didn't know it was coming until the day it dropped, and they could very well do something like that again at any moment. And if they do, if you haven't already got this, it's a thing of beauty. And in the same vein, we've got the Lord of the Rings, the Rivendell set, which this one is on back order all the way through until the 13th of May. So almost a month delay on the back order of this one with Lego directly. It was discounted. I know it was on the Amazon spring deals. You could get it for like £360, I think. In fact, I'm just checking my notes now. Yeah, $364.99 on Amazon recently. John Lewis have also done it around about that price recently as well. It was originally slated to retire this year. I think it's actually had a stay of execution and is sticking around for another year. So you don't necessarily have that same urgency to pick it up immediately now. But it is one that's worth bearing in mind, because it goes on back order whenever they do any kind of deal on it. So it might be one of those where as we enter maybe the final 18 months or so of this one's lifespell, for one of the most beautiful sets they've ever made, even as not a Lord of the Rings guy, I look at this and it is absolutely stunning. I would like to have this in my collection. Probably will never be able to justify the price on a set for a theme that I'm not interested in, but goodness me, does it look good. And I know as part of when they released the Shire set recently, they did put this one on double points. They did like all the Lord of the Rings stuff double points for a week or so, didn't they? So I guess that's when this one sold out and went on back order most recently. But yeah, now we know there's been a precedent set from Amazon and John Lewis in particular of dropping down to 365 for Lego, throwing double points on it. It is one where I would say the next time you find this on a big deal, if you've been holding off on it, I don't think you're going to find better deals than those ones as we start to approach its kind of retirement window. So I would be looking to make the move if it's something you're seriously into picking up. Don't be spending £430 on it and waiting a month for it to be delivered. But just be aware it's been on some good deals recently and you're probably not going to find better ones again. So if it drops it back down on those kinds of deals, it might be time to swoop before this happens, and maybe happens in a more permanent manner. And talking of retired sets, this next one is actually already retired. The Ghostbusters Ecto one, I'm currently in the process of trying to rebuild it after it got destroyed in our house move and then left on top of a cabinet. And it is an awesome set. It looks great. It is retired. You can't buy it directly from Lego. However, Smith's Toys do have it available for collection in some stores. It's out of stock for delivery. I've seen it on the shelf in my local Smith's in Leicester recently. I don't know that it's definitely still there. I mean, you can kind of go on here and pop your location in. So for me, if I put Leicester in on there, it looks like it is now out of stock in Leicester. It is currently in stock in a few stores though, so you're gonna have to travel if you want to get this one. Certainly it looks like if you're up in the northwest, then there's plenty of stock of it up in the northwest. There's a little bit in the northeast. We've got some over in Wales, in Scotland. It looks like if you're in the south, you're bang out of luck if you want a Ghostbusters Ecto 1. But if you're up in any of these areas, take the plunge. Oh, there you go. There's one in there's 3 in Brent Cross. So not completely out of the question if you're in the south, but it looks like it is only on the shelf in Smiths, and of course it's even on a discount as well. It should be $209.99. They've got it for $199.99. The moment those last few disappear off shelves, this price is going to start to skyrocket massively. It was around this time last year I got the retired Assembly Square at retail price from my local Smiths. Within months, I was seeing it for 400 quid at conventions, because once these last few go, that's when the prices start to go up, and I certainly expect to see that happen with this one. So if for whatever reason you wanted it, missed it, thought you'd maybe lost out because it is now retired, there are still a couple of opportunities to go out and grab it if you live near one of those places. They will let you do a click and collect as well. So if you're like an hour away from one of these, you can reserve it so you don't have a wasted trip. You don't have to just go there on the spec and hope Blackpool still have all 3 left in stock when you get there. And I mentioned in my intro, sometimes I'll just include sets in this series that are just awesome and I think everybody should own. And that definitely is where Avengers Tower falls. It's another one where if we've got a double points day on the horizon, which you got to believe at some point in the next 4 to 6 weeks there'll be one. This is a very expensive set. You don't ever want to buy it full price, but at the same time it never goes on sale. It's not due to retire particularly soon. It's just awesome, and certainly would be something, if I didn't already have it, I would always have it sat on my wish list ready to pounce should a double points day drop at short notice. So keep some money in your Lego kitty, because, oh, look at it. It's just brilliant. It's awesome. It's nearly a metre tall. It's got over 30 minifigs. It just looks brilliant. I feel like everyone should own it, but it's so expensive. That's probably not a realistic thing. But it is great. And if you're able to pick it up on double points, I mean, double points on this one saves you, 40 quid? More than 40 quid, which is a pretty significant saving. And while I'm going on about enormous Marvel sets that I like the look of, the Daily Bugle is due to retire this year. So we are entering the danger zone with the Daily Bugle. It's already marked as hard to find on the Lego website. It's a little bit cheaper than the Avengers Tower. I guess if you're in the budget, if you've got the money there for just one big Marvel set, I guess you should probably prioritize this one over the Avengers Tower because it retires sooner. It's also that little bit cheaper. It also is occasionally on sale at other stores. I'm looking at it now. It's not currently on sale anywhere, but there have been discounts at Zavvi, I think, and at Smith's in the not too distant past. So keep an eye out for those. Keep an eye out for it on any kind of double points. But I think we're getting to the point now with the Daily Bugle, with it retiring this year, I'm not even necessarily looking for discounts anymore. This goes on my to buy list on the very next double points day we get, because with it already on hard to find, it will slip easily into back order and could be one of those that just doesn't come back. We don't know at what point they'll stop manufacturing it. The way the retirements work, it will retire by the end of this year, but it could be off shelves well before that. It really depends on how much they've got hidden away, how much they want to clear off. I wouldn't be holding off much longer on the Daily Bugle if you want it and don't have it yet. And then we've got another one that's due to retire this year, and this one is actually slated to retire mid-year, so could be going as soon as like July time. I think you tend to get retirements in July and January, or like December. So end of the year, middle of the year. The Orient Express train, it looks absolutely beautiful. It's over 1 meter wide. I would love to have it if I had somewhere to display it. We finally have a Lego room where we could potentially display it, and I am very much looking at this thinking, I mean, it's going in the next few months. I haven't noticed any deals on it. I'm just glancing at my deals. It doesn't look like it's gone below 2,599. And I think this one might even be an exclusive to Lego stores. So that's why we're not seeing it on deals anywhere. So it might never go on any kind of deal. And I think this is one that I'm almost certainly going to pick up the next double points day. We should get a double points between now and retirement in July. Hopefully it'll still be in stock when that happens. And I think this is one that I take the plunge on before it goes, because it just looks absolutely beautiful. And I now, like I say, finally have somewhere to show it off in our new Lego display room. So yeah, I'm going to be picking this one up. This is probably my top priority one on this entire list, because I like trains, and this is a very pretty train. Some people don't like trains. Instead, they like cars. The Land Rover Classic Defender 90 is a car. It's due to retire at the end of the year. The previous Land Rover that came and went, I still get people asking me quite regularly where you can find it. And the answer is you can't, because people bought it all up. One thing to say with this one is it is a set that is often on sale. It's been on sale for like 160, 170 pounds at John Lewis in particular in the not too distant past. It's not on sale currently. So again, it's not one to buy today, but one to be aware of if you want it and don't have it. And I feel like this is one that I'll regret if I don't pick up. I think the next time I see it around that 160 mark at John Lewis or wherever else, I think I take the plunge on it, because as much as I'm not a car guy, I still regret not having the VW camper. And I feel like this is one that goes into that same category. It's like that iconic, I mean, it's in the icons range. It is an iconic vehicle that I will feel annoyed if I miss out on. And we are running out of opportunities to pick this one up. I mean, it's still in stock on Lego right now, but it has the hard to find tag, and that's usually your clue that a set is retiring in the relatively near future. And then we finish things off with another one that is retiring at the end of this year. And I actually picked this up recently on this deal on Zavvi, which you can see it is now sold out. But just to show you, I mean, they're still listing it at that price. So if it comes back in, you might be able to leap back on and still get it at 134.99. It's currently on the Lego website at 169.99 and is in stock, but it retires at the end of the year. It is a fantastic build. I really enjoyed making it. You can display it in the format of any of the 3 movies. I had great fun with it. And it now lives on our display shelves out on our landing, and I don't regret it for a moment. And that price was incredible. So I'd be tempted to hold on for that price just to see if it comes back in on Zavvi, because they've not put the price back up. They're just showing it as sold out. But with it being one that's retiring, there is every chance that it just doesn't come back in at that price, and Zavvi might never get any more of this. So it's one to, again, get on your Lego store wish lists, because there might not be many more opportunities to pick it up, and it's one that I would regret if I hadn't have got. And I'm really glad I got it, and it is awesome. And that is my top 10 Lego sets to buy right now for April 2025. Let me know down in the comments section which ones you've got or which ones you're looking for. Be aware as well, as I said at the start, and I'll remind you again now, any deals I've shown you are very much subject to change. Stock levels, subject to change. This stuff moves around all over the place, and it can be very fast moving, and I wouldn't take the plunge on any of the really expensive ones if you don't find them on a deal or on a double points, and we don't know if or when those kind of things will happen. Probably fairly soon though, would be my guess. And feel free to use that comment section to let me know any really awesome deals that you've found that you feel should have been in this video. If you do decide to buy any of the sets through lego.com or through Amazon, I've got affiliate links for both of those sites. They're listed down in the description below. Thank you very much to those of you who already do your shopping via those links. It is a massive support to the channel, so thank you very much for that. And for the rest of you, thank you for watching. Leave a like on your way out, subscribe if you're new, and toodle pip.